By now, you have mastered functioning with your mind and making sure that your thoughts are positive and constructive. By now, you have also developed a much more emotionally intelligent way of interacting with others as well as yourself. Finally, we have reached a period where we could take this mental and emotional progress and unify it with one thing we all desire. Welcome to Sagittarius season. Sagittarius is the sign of joy. Joy is the full expression of love that allows your heart the freedom it truly desires, the freedom needed to take you on a literal adventure. Joy is without a doubt the one human emotion that we all desire, and yet is this same emotion that seems so hard to achieve. Don't forget, we have the planet Saturn in this sign, and this week, that is all we're gonna have to deal with. In all seriousness, this focused awareness on quite possibly the most serious moment of this year is really meant so that you can actually decide once and for all the actions you are ready to take, all the things you are ready to believe that will inspire more actions on your part, and most importantly, all the lines you need to draw. This is like the week to do it, to cut off what you need to cut off and make sure you know who you're and what you're investing your time in. Hopefully, you've remembered the lessons Scorpio has taught us about sexual intimacy and really transforming past old emotional hurt. This is going to be very needed this season, as the joy we express will come from the purity of the deep emotions we had to deal with. So, the most important transit we're going to be experiencing this week consists of Venus and Mars progression through Libra. This is where you're really going to feel it. Venus and Mars both approaching this square with Pluto in Capricorn is going to really spark very high intense partnerships, collaborations, just dealings with other people. And it's great in that the intensity of it will encourage liveness, but you have to make sure your boundaries are proper and set. You're gonna have to, in the moment, on the line, let people know what's up, what you're about. This is Venus and Mars we're talking about. So we're talking about intense and passionate energy. So the reason why you want your boundaries to be on point is because this intense and passionate energy could quite literally blow up in your face. And I'm not going to lie, this is most guaranteed going to happen. Keep in mind, like I said, the awareness of Saturn in our lives is going to manifest in your life as everything you really seriously believe. And everything that happens, for good or worse, is going to be molded and shaped by how seriously you believe what you believe, and how seriously what you believe allows you to let your heart shine and express itself. Neptune is finally direct, and you have to consider that this nebulous orb in our solar system is finally ready to move forward the moment Saturn has finally caught up to it. There is some serious perceptual war going down. And you have to understand from the get-go, none of what you're going to have to believe or act on is based at all in any way on reality. You may at first feel that other people's opinions and beliefs may not really directly influence you. And yet that is everything you're going to come to a realization this week, now more than ever before. Let's say, for example, you go to a job interview and the whole interview goes well until your prospective employer asks you, hey, do you go to church? You saying yes or no could potentially affect whether you get hired or not. And the issue of this week is really keeping in mind whether that should affect your employment. Of course, take this example and individualize it to your life. Because, reasons. The best thing to take away from this quite confusing square is to remember that nothing is under control. As long as you can accept that, you'll at least be able to know how to go with the flow. Of course, they say only dead fish go with the flow, but you may realize certain people around you have been way more unconscious than you ever thought. Of course, this isn't a war between being conscious or unconscious or anything. As the third mutable sign in the zodiac, Sagittarius is quite everywhere, just like the information in this video. If there's anything you need to take, in conclusion, remember to meet all of these issues with your heart first. It's great that you have mastered your mind, and it's great that you've mastered your emotions, but it's only through unifying it with what you love will it ever be truly expressed the way it's meant to be. Peace.